Yes, lovely viewers, we're talking about Lee Min-ho's little son, who absolutely stole the spotlight and the hearts of millions when he was spotted cheering for his dad in the most precious way possible during the live broadcast. This was supposed to be Lee Min-ho's big night, but no one could have predicted that his son would turn it into one of the sweetest viral moments of the year. The event hall was dazzling, packed with celebrities, journalists, and fans waiting eagerly for the night's biggest honors. Lee Min-ho, elegant as always in his black tuxedo and soft smile, was nominated for Actor of the Year, one of the night's most prestigious categories. Everyone expected him to charm the audience, but what no one expected was the heartwarming surprise that unfolded right before the cameras. As the nominees were being announced, the camera panned to the audience, and there he was, Lee Min-ho's young son, sitting proudly beside his mother, Song Hye-kyo, clapping enthusiastically with both hands, his little face beaming with pride. Lovely viewers, that single shot lit up the entire internet. Fans immediately flooded social media with comments like, "Oh my goodness, mini Lee Min-ho is here," and "Look at how proud he is of his dad." You could practically feel the joy radiating from that child's smile. He looked absolutely adorable in his little suit that perfectly matched his father's outfit. A mini gentleman cheering his hero. The resemblance between father and son was undeniable. The same warm eyes, the same confident charm, and that unmistakable Lee Min-ho smile that could melt anyone's heart. When Lee Min-ho's name was announced as the winner, the crowd erupted in applause, but nothing compared to the pure excitement coming from his son. The little boy stood up, clapped his hands furiously, and even shouted, "Appa!" loud enough for those nearby to hear. Song Hye-kyo smiled lovingly, gently helping him hold the mini glow stick he'd brought, and fans could see her eyes glistening with emotion. That one moment, a proud father walking up the stage while his little boy jumped up and down in joy, will go down in history as one of the most touching award show highlights ever. Lovely viewers, the cameras captured Lee Min-ho glancing back toward the audience right before giving his speech, his eyes locking for a brief second on his son and Song Hye-kyo. That smile, tender, genuine, and full of pride, said everything. He took a deep breath and began his acceptance speech, saying, "Tonight means so much to me, not just because of this recognition, but because someone very special is here watching. This is for my little boy. Thank you for reminding me every day what love looks like." The crowd melted. You could hear soft gasps, see smiles, and even catch a few celebrities wiping tears. It was a father's pure, unfiltered love in front of the world. As Lee Min-ho continued his speech, his son was seen blowing kisses toward the stage, while Song Hye-kyo gently held his shoulder, laughing through her own tears. The camera captured every second, and fans could not stop replaying it. Within minutes, the clip was circulating all over social media, with captions like, "Lee Min-ho's son cheering for his dad is the cutest thing you'll see today," and "This moment healed my soul." It wasn't just a family moment. It was a universal reminder of love, innocence, and how beautiful life can be when shared with those who matter most. After the show, backstage interviews revealed that Lee Min-ho had been pleasantly surprised to see his son in the audience. Sources close to the family mentioned that Song Hye-kyo had quietly arranged for their son to attend the ceremony, knowing how much it would mean to him. When reporters asked Lee Min-ho about the emotional moment, he laughed softly and said, "I didn't know he was coming tonight. I saw him when I walked in, and my heart almost stopped. Seeing him smile while I was on stage, that's better than any award." Lovely viewers, isn't that the sweetest thing? A superstar reduced to tears of joy by the smallest, most innocent fan in the room. His own child. Fans everywhere couldn't get enough of the family dynamic. Edits began pouring in. Montages of Lee Min-ho's proud speech mixed with his son's cheers and Song Hye-kyo's glowing smile. One fan wrote, "This is more than a celebrity moment. This is pure love." Another added, "Lee Min-ho's legacy continues. His son is already stealing hearts." The hashtag #MiniMinho started trending within hours, with fans dubbing the little boy, Korea's cutest star. Lovely viewers, what made the moment even more beautiful was the way Song Hye-kyo stood back, letting her husband and son have their moment. Her expression full of quiet pride and love. She later posted a simple photo on her Instagram story, a picture of the award resting beside a tiny pair of child's hands. The caption read, "Proud of both of you." Fans instantly melted. That small gesture spoke louder than any interview ever could. It was the image of a family built on love, mutual respect, and genuine happiness. Later that evening, Lee Min-ho uploaded a behind-the-scenes picture of him holding his son's hand backstage, the trophy in his other hand. His caption read, "The real award was waiting for me in the crowd. Lovely viewers, tell me your heart didn't just skip a beat." The photo quickly broke the internet, reaching millions of likes in just a few hours. Fans commented things like, "Father of the Year. This is what true success looks like," and Song Hye-kyo captured the moment perfectly. It didn't stop there. The next morning, entertainment outlets across Asia featured the story on their front pages. Headlines read, "Lee Min-ho's son wins the internet with his adorable support," and "The Min-ho family moment that melted the nation." Talk shows replayed the footage endlessly, and fans from all over the world commented on how wholesome the moment felt. Even celebrities chimed in. One of Lee Min-ho's co-stars commented, "He's going to grow up just like his dad, full of love and charm." Lovely viewers, people often see fame as glitz and glamour, but this moment reminded everyone that behind the lights and luxury, there's a human story, one of love, family, and connection. Lee Min-ho didn't just win an award that night. He won hearts all over again. His humility, his emotion, and the way he openly embraced fatherhood in front of the world made fans adore him even more. You could see the pride radiating from him every time he mentioned his son. It wasn't about career glory. It was about the joy of being a dad. In the following days, fan accounts began sharing adorable unseen clips of the family at the venue. One clip showed Lee Min-ho's son running toward him after the ceremony ended, jumping into his arms while shouting, "Appa, you did it!" The way Lee Min-ho lifted him up, spinning him around and laughing, was pure magic. Song Hye-kyo stood nearby, smiling and clapping softly, the proudest mom in the world. That hug, genuine, joyful, full of warmth, was everything fans needed to see. The moment the camera zoomed in on the adorable boy sitting proudly beside Song Hye-kyo, the crowd collectively gasped in awe. The little star, dressed in a tiny black tuxedo that mirrored his father's elegant look, clapped his tiny hands excitedly and shouted, "Appa!" just as Lee Min-ho's name was announced as the winner of the Actor of the Year award. That single word echoed through the hall like the purest form of love. It wasn't rehearsed, it wasn't planned. It was genuine, spontaneous, and beautiful. Lee Min-ho, standing on stage, froze for a brief moment as he heard his son's voice. His face softened instantly. His eyes glistened with emotion, and even from afar, fans could see how deeply touched he was. "That's my boy," he whispered into the mic with a teary smile, and the audience erupted in applause once again. Song Hye-kyo, sitting in the audience, couldn't hold back her laughter and tears. She placed her hand over her mouth, clearly moved by the sight of their son cheering proudly for his father. It wasn't just an award show anymore. It became a family moment that melted everyone's hearts. Lovely viewers, it was clear from the way their little boy's eyes sparkled that he truly understood, in his own innocent way, that his father was being celebrated. Every time Lee Min-ho's face appeared on the big screen, the boy would point and giggle, waving his hands as if trying to reach him. Fans in the crowd began taking photos and videos, which quickly went viral online with captions like, "Mini Min-ho stealing the spotlight," and "The real star of the night." Within minutes, hashtags like hashtag Lee Min-ho son and hashtag ProudAppa began trending across social media platforms. Even during Lee Min-ho's acceptance speech, the boy continued to wave and cheer, occasionally clapping off-beat but full of enthusiasm. It was the kind of pure, unfiltered joy that captured everyone's hearts instantly. And when Lee Min-ho finally looked toward his wife and son, he raised his award high and said, "To my biggest inspirations, my family. You are my reason, my strength, and my home." The crowd fell silent for a moment before breaking into thunderous applause. Cameras caught Song Hye-kyo wiping tears from her eyes while whispering something softly to their son, perhaps saying, "That's your dad, the best actor in the world." After the event, fans couldn't stop talking about how much Lee Min-ho's son resembled him. The same bright eyes, the same confident charm, and even the same playful smile. Many commented that the boy might grow up to follow in his father's footsteps, with several fan edits already showing side-by-side photos of Lee Min-ho as a child compared to his son. "He's like a mini Lee Min-ho," one fan tweeted while another joked. "Give him a few years and he'll win the cutest award hands down." Behind the scenes, a few exclusive clips surfaced showing Lee Min-ho hugging his son tightly after stepping off stage. The little one was giggling as his father lifted him high into the air, saying, "You're my lucky charm." Song Hye-kyo joined them moments later, wrapping her arms around both of them for a warm family embrace. It was a sight that fans described as the definition of love. Lovely viewers, even during the red carpet after party, all eyes remained on the little boy. As his parents posed for photos, he ran around playfully, waving to reporters and mimicking the photographers by pretending to take photos himself. Every smile, every giggle, and every innocent gesture made the atmosphere brighter. Lee Min-ho was later seen kneeling beside his son, gently fixing his tiny bow tie and whispering, "You did so well tonight." Song Hye-kyo, ever the graceful mother, carried her son in her arms as they exited the event, while Lee Min-ho walked beside them proudly, holding his award. The family moment felt straight out of a movie. One of those perfect scenes that make viewers believe in love and family all over again. Fans who caught glimpses of them outside the venue said Lee Min-ho's son kept touching the trophy and saying, "Appa, win again," which made everyone nearby laugh warmly. Later that night, Song Hye-kyo shared a short clip on her social media, a candid moment of their son sleeping peacefully, holding his dad's award close to his chest. The caption read, "The proudest little fan." Within minutes, the post exploded with likes and comments from fans around the world, calling it the sweetest thing ever. One fan commented, "This is what happiness looks like. A father loved by his son, and a mother capturing it all." Lovely viewers, this wasn't just an award show anymore. It was a moment of legacy, of love passed down from father to son, and of the quiet pride shared between two parents who've walked through fame, challenges, and joy together. Lee Min-ho might have won a golden trophy that night, but his real prize was waiting for him right there in the audience, a tiny voice shouting, "Appa!" loud enough to move the world. What was supposed to be a celebration of acting and artistry turned into a celebration of family, love, and the purest kind of joy. The following morning, media outlets across South Korea and beyond were flooded with headlines like, "Lee Min-ho's son steals hearts at award show," and "Mini Lee Min-ho becomes the star of the night." Every magazine and entertainment site had his photo front and center, capturing his bright smile and expressive little face as he clapped for his father. Lovely viewers, fans couldn't get enough of how natural and charming the boy was. Clips of him cheering, giggling, and shouting "Appa" were edited into montages with heartwarming background music, and those videos were shared millions of times online. It wasn't long before fans began creating nicknames for him like Little Starmin and Baby Hallyu Prince. The little one became an instant darling of the internet, not because of his famous parents, but because of the sincere affection and admiration he showed for his dad. Lee Min-ho himself couldn't hide his pride. In a short interview after the event, he laughed softly and said, "I think my son might have stolen my moment, but I don't mind one bit. Seeing his excitement was the best award I could ever receive." That simple line melted everyone's hearts again. Reporters noted how he spoke about his son with so much warmth, his eyes lighting up every time he mentioned him. It was clear that behind his superstar image, Lee Min-ho was first and foremost a loving father. Song Hye-kyo also opened up later in a quiet behind-the-scenes interview. When asked about how it felt watching her son cheer for his dad, she smiled and said, "It was emotional. He's still young, but he understands when his father is happy. That moment when he shouted Appa, I felt something so pure, like the world stopped for a second." The interviewer noted how her eyes glistened as she spoke, the proudness and tenderness evident in every word. Lovely viewers, after the awards, Lee Min-ho and his family returned home late that night. But the little boy, still buzzing from excitement, refused to go to bed until he got to play with his dad's trophy. According to a close source, he kept pretending to give an award speech, saying, "Appa win I clap," and "Amma happy," which had both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo laughing endlessly. It was a moment of pure family bliss that no camera could fully capture, just the joy of being together after a night of triumph. The next morning, Song Hye-kyo shared another heart-melting post, this time a photo of her son holding the award while wearing his tiny tuxedo. The caption read, "The happiest supporter." Fans flooded the comments section, calling the photo the most beautiful picture on the internet. Within hours, it had garnered millions of likes, proving once again that this little boy had captured everyone's hearts just as powerfully as his parents had over the years. Lovely viewers, it wasn't just fans who were touched. Other celebrities commented on the post too, leaving words of affection and admiration. One well-known actor wrote, "He's going to make a great star someday," while another actress commented, "The love in this family shines brighter than any award." Even industry insiders admitted that the family's appearance brought a refreshing sense of humanity and warmth to an otherwise formal and glamorous night. And what touched fans even more was what happened a few days later. Lee Min-ho released a short vlog on his official YouTube channel titled, "Behind the Award Night." The video began with behind-the-scenes clips of him getting ready for the event, but midway through, the focus shifted to his son, who was practicing clapping and cheering in the mirror. The little one could be heard saying, "Appa fighting," in his cute voice. It was impossible not to smile. Toward the end of the vlog, viewers saw the heart-stopping moment when Lee Min-ho hugged his son after winning, whispering, "You bring me luck." That clip alone had millions of fans commenting things like, "I cried," "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," and "This family is pure love." Lovely viewers, even international fans joined the wave of admiration, translating clips and sharing them across multiple platforms. Articles in different languages described the moment as the definition of father-son love and the sweetest moment in K-entertainment history. Many fan pages even declared that Lee Min-ho's son had officially become the youngest star in South Korea, despite not even acting, just by being himself. Meanwhile, Song Hye-kyo was spotted a few days later walking hand in hand with her son at a nearby park. Reporters captured the adorable scene of her carrying a small snack bag while her son proudly wore his father's award medallion around his neck like a superhero badge. When asked by fans if they could take photos, she smiled warmly and said, "He's the real star today." The photos spread like wildfire, with fans commenting on how gracefully she balances motherhood and fame. As time passed, that one award night continued to dominate discussions online. It wasn't just about the trophies, the red carpet, or the glamour. It was about love. It was about how one small child reminded everyone that even in the midst of fame and spotlight, the greatest reward of all is family. And that's exactly what Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo showed the world that night. That success means nothing without the people you love beside you. Lovely viewers, people still talk about that magical night as if it happened yesterday. The moment Lee Min-ho's son cheered, the way his tiny voice echoed through the grand hall, the tears that glistened in Song Hye-kyo's eyes. It all became a symbol of something bigger than entertainment. It became a reminder that behind every star, there's a story, a heart, and a family that makes all the success worthwhile. And as fans continue to adore that little boy who stole the show, one thing remains certain. He didn't just cheer for his father that night. He became part of his father's legacy.